What's this about? It's about Miss Cool getting in this doggone ice cold water, okay? Ice cold water. A lot of you people don't know you got a river in your house, okay? You got a river in here. You got cold water. It's good for you. I take ice cold showers. I think I've come on here before and talked about this before. I wash my feet up after I go out, and man, that's cold. And after I get home, if I'm wearing sandals, you guys, sandals are dirty. Your feet hanging out. Have you ever seen people walking around with really, really dirty feet? I'm not trying to judge them. What I am trying to say is they could, wash their feet. They could clean their feet up in that and have a better day. Okay, it's healthy for you to do this. Put some soap on them. Get them scrubbed up and all. There's really nothing wrong with washing your feet and putting some soap on there. And, it just reminds me of just rivers and things, Back in the day, everybody wanted to get to a cold river, but a lot of people don't really realize you have one in your house. So, and I just really don't like these splash pads that they've been making for these children. These splash pads they're not cool at all. First of all, they're chlorined out. I mean, I think it's really cool for the germs and blah, blah, blah. And they run so long and then they shut down. But I'm glad that my son Christopher got to catch fish in the one that we had here before they made a splash pad out of it. He did catch trout in his flannel shirt. Now, I might have come on here and said it before, but it's such a remarkable story, I got to tell it again. So, yeah, my son, he caught fish, trout, rainbow trout in the Provo River. Well, it was a river that was pushed through the stream in town, and it was like the heart of Provo. Everybody pulled over. Everybody wanted to get out of their car. Everybody wanted to put their feet in there. But it's gone. And you want to know something? I had one of my friends that's very, very intelligent. I have to say college because they think different sometimes, okay? You guys got to give some credit to college people. Because I see a lot of people coming out here saying, you don't need an education. I know, I'm a 9th grader. I made it in the Covey of the Arts. But hey, what's wrong with the people that, have gone to school? Okay, so anyway, what I'm trying to say here is this ice cold river used to come down through Provo. And I had a friend of mine, well, she jumped on it with me because I was very upset when they put all this dirt in there and trees, and they took out our river. It was like the heart of Provo, My sister used to work across the street. They had the Rocky Mountain there. They had a lot of really cool stuff, in Provo at that time. And so you don't know it's cool till years go by and then it's gone. You're like, oh my God, where's our phone booth? Well, there is no more phone booths. Just things like that. Long story short, it was really irritating me. So one of my friends that's very, intelligent, I'm intelligent too, but she helped me. I wrote the mayor. I did write the mayor, and he wrote me back. Okay, because it really irritated me that they did that, I told him, I said, they got a big, water park. And I actually told them, I said, you know what? I hope you're happy. Every poor kid's going to turn on their hoses full blast. Here it is July, and everybody can't afford a water, park pass. They're spendy. Okay, so he wrote me back and said that he'd talk to me about it and that he was going to put a splash pad in there. And I was like, right on. At least the mayor wrote me back, you know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that you don't have a voice in a town you live in, or don't ever think that you don't have anything to say about something. So, yeah, jumping around here real quick. I've been making a few videos. I get talkative sometimes, and I want to throw a bunch of videos on, if I'm in the mood, because then I'll go a long time without one. So, as a matter of fact, in Florida where I grew up, see, my mom and dad, they got divorced and wanted to get far apart. Is that kind of like far apart? I mean, people can be far apart and live in the same house under the same roof, but you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I had to throw that in. It's interesting that in Florida, you can actually swim in some fresh springs that are just sort of turquoise. And we used to dive down in them. It'd come out of this ice cold rock, you know. And it was a lot of fun. But you don't have to drive really far sometimes. Everybody's like, let's get to the destination. Well, if you can't and you want to more than you'd like, you got a stream in your house. You know what I'm saying? You can put your feet in the cold water. I mean, it's a quickie. It's a quick fix. So what? You know? And it makes you feel good. Cleans your feet. But back to the mom and dad. My dad was in Florida and my mom was in California. And I'd much rather swim in Florida water. Even though there's gators. Even though there's sharks and things. But in these fresh springs, we never really feared gators. Though they were weren't far away. I've seen a few of them. But they didn't bother me, thank you, Lord, as a young girl. But it's quite different to live down in the South there. And what else was I going to tell you about it today? Yeah. Oh, and in California, when you were hot, of course, we went to Pasadena City College. Me and my sister used to. And you remember that song that came out, you know? She wore an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. That she wore for the first time today. In itsy bitsy teeny weeny. I wish I could do it with an Elvis voice. I know somebody that can do that, but Elvis didn't sing that, I'm just saying. The king of rock and roll. Too bad you ain't the real king. But he did know Christ before he died, no deed and everything else. Everybody's like, how do you know? How do you know you're going to go to another place? Some people believe they are. It's okay. Freedom. So anyway, I like Elvis. If you haven't seen that documentary on his life, it's very, very, very good. About addictions and people that, you know, do drugs, that are gifted, you know. Gifted people sometimes have a lot of emotions and feeling, but he didn't come from a big, sweet past either, you know. Some of us come from a past that's got real quiet, didn't it? They say when it gets quiet, an angel goes by. I heard that in a movie, but I believe it. You can feel it, can't you? It's kind of cute. But yeah, if you could take a moment to think about, you know, where you come from, how your life's going to be better. People that have to make do with what they have, I sort of like those kind of people. They're the ones that are like inventing things. Let me talk about this jackass that invented this, I'm going to push a button and my car's going to have a horn. Personally, I don't like the dude. Again, I don't like some of the inventions today, but some of them I love. You know, if anybody's got, you know, post-traumatic stress disorder, you might not want to walk by a big Ram truck and it go off and you not know it. Not that I've been in a war, but I've had my own war. And if you even haven't had to be in a war, it's startling. You know, so there's a lot of inventions I like, you know, but there's a lot of them that I don't, that I find extremely annoying. That one, and but you know what? It's a good idea to invent things yourself. So turn on the water in your bathroom. You got a stream here. You know, things are wonderful. It depends on how you look at it, what you're going to do with it, you know. You know, I can be negative about it if I want, but I don't want to. What I want to do is take my shoes off, wash my feet, and I like it, you know. Jesus washed his feet. He walked around. They talk about it in the Bible. A lot of people do in Jerusalem, I suppose. You know, every day of your life you want to wash your feet, don't you? Or are you going to go to bed with dirty feet? These kids playing out in the road, their feet get really dirty. I did it. And then we'd stub our toe and run in the house really fast and put our feet under cold water and just see that stub toe with that flap go. Yeah, it's kind of sad, huh? But we were tough and we lived through it, you know. So after you get out, you might want to use this. If you're fortunate enough to get this blue magic, this right here is good for your feet, good for your hair, good for a lot of stuff. It's $2 at Walmart. And then I looked it up online and I was like, are you kidding me? It was like super, super, super spendy. So I was glad that I got that. And have a wonderful day. It's Miss Cool coming on here telling you guys you got a stream in your house. Why don't you use it, okay? Peace.